We're going.
We're going. Hi, Al. Good evening. It's Monday, the 10th of August. This is the last time you hear from me. It's because my lottery pool won the big Powerball tonight. And you probably hear more from me. Anyway, what I'm hoping to enjoy tonight is kind of a whiskey it's all of a sudden seems to be shrouded in a little bit of mystery. It's called Gurkha Bourbon Whiskey. I got it through House of Glunz. I could not find the info page that I normally receive from Glunz, but nonetheless, there is some propaganda here, of course, on the labeling, a little tiny print, and conflicting things here. On the back, it indicates that it's distilled and bottled by Gurkha Inc., Fort Myers, Florida, USA. Right? Then you go over here on an even smaller print. Right after it says, alcohol 43% by volume, 86 proof, produced by List Distillery LLC, Florida. When I went to the List website, they appear to be someone much like in Midwest Grain Products,
but on a tiny scale.
but on a much smaller scale, obviously in Fort Myers. But here it is, the Gurkha Bourbon Whiskey, aged 3 years in oak barrels. Well, yeah, it has to be in order to be called bourbon. Steeped in legend and history, Gurkha, created more than a century ago, is one of the most famous brands of luxury goods in the world.
Sure.
Having extraordinary quality, Gurkha is known for very limited release, premium rare blends, aged in charred white oak barrels, mild and lavender aromas, with an entire library of notes in between. This is limited release series number 000739, batch number 1. That's what it is.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So from the, I don't even care.
Yeah.
From the List website, they say our distillery has vast experience creating a wide variety of well-established private labels. We will be your one-stop resource for filling, bottling, packaging, flavoring, consulting, blending, and manufacturing. We will work with you to develop your own unique brand. It's founded in 2015 in Fort Myers, Florida. Known for its handcrafted, all-natural premium spirits. I don't. Is this money laundering?
Well, it is Florida. It's got a funky label here.
That's a cool label. I mean, good for them. They just don't have enough information on there for me to say, oh, yeah, I want it.
Yeah, I'm going to try this. Speaking of Gurkhas, when we were in London 2 falls ago, I think it was. Yeah, November of 24, on our part of our city tour, we ended up at where does the Queen live? The King live now.
The Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace. Just at the time, just after they had done the changing of the guards, and they
were marching down the Mall.
It was the Gurkha Brigade.
I love the Gurkhas.
They were amazing.
Their normal marching is double time, so it looked like they were, flying down the Mall.
And you did not want to be in their way.
No, I just love them.
That's pretty cool.
And there's a Gurkha regiment in this year's Edinburgh military tattoo. Because, I always look for the Gurkhas.
Yes. So anyway.
So House of Glunz has very little information. They're still selling it.
What's the price point from them?
$52.
Okay.
Yeah, they said the same thing the bottle does. Steeped in legend and history, blah, blah, blah.
Words.
This bourbon continues the tradition and pairs brilliantly with a cigar. I'll take your word for it. So there's at least a couple of tasting or smelling notes here. I do like the Gurkha dude on the bottle with his big
Gurkha
knife.
That's right. It's kind of a thin nose.
Okay. There's very little to be found. So, Total Wine says light smoke, delicate corn, and mild pepper notes of rye. So there must be rye in the blend.
Yeah.
Underscored by a layer of vanilla and caramel.
Not on the nose.
Okay. I didn't say nose or palate.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Huh.
Really kind of thin.
43% ABV. I mean, there's just very little information. And this is even from the,
It's like
I guess it's the list, but it's here now. It says Gurkha, K, and has that silly script. K. Hansotia and Company.
Okay.
So it's under smallbatchwhiskey.com.
Okay. This the nose, the closest thing I can identify is graham cracker. But it's really thin. I mean, really, really thin. The color's kind of even thin a little bit too. It's supposed to have been aged 3 years. Maybe it was a light char. Was it an alligator char or something?
There's Gurkha cigars now.
Well, of course there are. Okay, I'm going in for taste.
Okay.
I wouldn't have guessed this is a bourbon at all.
No.
It's a okay whiskey, but it really doesn't have any of that. What I would expect is some corn sweetness, signature bourbon sweetness.
Says the House of Glunz says the nose is bright with orange zest, and the palate is further orange notes.
Yeah. Citrusy, yes. Almost like
now there's a Gurkha Bourbon Collection cigars.
Oh, of course there is.
Snooze.
This is it's going to be very hard for. I just can't do it. If it's $50-something, I can't make it a buy.
Especially if you can't find it or find anything about it easily.
Yeah. I mean,
3 years, big deal. And then what? I mean, there's nothing else that says.
This is a clear glass bottle.
What the mash bill is.
Yeah. Again, it's a really thin nose. It does have some of the, even though it's only 86 proof, there's some of the evaporative alcohol qualities kind of tickling me at the back of the throat. It's not so horrendous that I would make it a band, but it is certainly a bar. Not a bar plus. This is a bar. And perhaps check it out. I mean, it's an interesting label. Yeah, that's fine. If you are a spirit lover who's down in Fort Myer and you know that you can find it, maybe check it out. But other than that, it's just. I mean, it's not a failure of House of Glunz.
The more things you can find on the interwebs right now are about cigars.
And yeah, I'll keep this upstairs and use it to make Manhattans and stuff.
Okay.
And to be
relevant. I found something
I would not buy it again. How's that?
TheMedium.com. Many smaller distilleries begin by obtaining Gurkha bourbon and bottling it until their own in-house spirit is mature enough to bottle.
Well, that's what they do with MGP,
this is something that was written in 2023.
Okay. Well.
By obtaining Gurkha bourbon. This is poorly written. One of the latest brands to release an expression produced entirely on site is Gurkha bourbon. Well, then it's not somebody who's just using Gurkha bourbon. This is poorly written. It doesn't tell me much.
That last taste was almost like dishwater, soapy dishwater. This is not a.
Now there's something that's at least related or under the Gurkha bourbon banner that's from a distillery near Baltimore.
Huh. Notwithstanding their claim that this is steeped in legend and history, created more than a century ago. They say it's one of the most famous brands. I've never heard of it before in my life.
Don't forget luxury.
Luxury goods in the world.
Why hate for the Gurkha? I keep wondering why the Gurkhas are so reviled. I've only had a few bottles, but I really love both of them.
Good for you.
Good for you.
All right. Well.
Okay, so what is Gurkha bourbon? This is somebody's blog.
Okay.
That, my friend, is a very good question. The brand has no website, which is more than a little weird.
Yeah, it is.
A Google search brings up a couple of reviews, but mostly serves up results for Gurkha Bourbon and Beam Suntory Maker's Mark. Okay. Gurkha Bourbon. No age statement. Nothing in the mouth is for this person.
Yeah, nothing in the mouth. Yeah.
So I guess we could just close the lid on this particular mystery and not be
there's no reason
curious enough to open it back up.
No, I'm not a curious traveler for this. Again, I'm not going to say ban it because it's not horrible. But I wouldn't go out of your way to go find it. Not at all. If you happen to trip across it and you say, "Oh, well, you know, it's got a knife on the front here," so and a guy with a cool, you know, he's got his hat cocked off fetchingly here, like if you cross me, I have this knife. I'll gore you.
I'll cut your head off.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, y'all. We just had a little bit of a storm action coming through here, but the weather forecast for the next few days is improving. It lasts, just a handful of days previously. They were calling for, scattered thunder showers every day with a probability of 50% or better. So now they don't. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Sláinte.